Yeah, let's see what's working. Still waiting for the sound to fix cameras. We'll do that in a sec. Check for the sound first. Still cannot hear myself. Okay, now I can. It's working okay. Sound is good. Okay, I don't need to monitor myself because it's pretty annoying. My voice is pretty annoying as it is. Let's quickly share this stream, see if anyone wants to join in. Let's do it on Twitter. You get a lot of this content with all this EEG wearables. Yeah, I haven't tried any of those. Traditionally using clinical grade electrodes. And yeah, obviously, as you can tell, you might be getting some mixed quality signal out of those because it will highly depends on how it sits on the head. I don't know, probably the headbands are better because you can actually adjust them properly. This one seems to be like a one size fit all and has those funny electrodes with multiple contacts that meant to go through the hair. I don't know if they have some, they should in theory have some gel on them. They probably do not. Yeah, I would. Yeah, if it costs like $20, I would go for it. But yeah, with some of the prices that these things are going for, I wouldn't come anywhere near them. But it's just an subjective opinion. Beware. Subjective opinion alert. Okay, let's post this quickly on LinkedIn as well. Hopefully someone joins in or subscribes so they don't miss the next live stream. Let's pop this in there. Okay, let's quickly before we so today, so in general, like the website biomedical.com is self contained, so you can get all the information from there. Everything I do eventually gets published here. So all these applications work. Some of them are not actual applications, but blogs. Hopefully that will eventually turn into more useful web applications, but it's still a work in progress. That's currently the ones on the bottom, this bunch. There should be a fourth one, a fifth one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the music, EG music. They do not currently work. They in development. Those are still there because they used to work. They used to be in LabVIEW, but now we're doing everything in Python. So we essentially have to redo them. So all that is left from them is the front page, but the front end, the back end doesn't currently work. So we, based on this description that we had, we will be redoing it. Wait a sec. Sorry for the sound if there's noise. It's because someone is drilling outside, doing something nasty, very loud. Right, so where was I? Yeah, so these ones will be updated. And also we have one that kind of almost works, which is this EEG music application. Can run it only locally at the moment. Hopefully it will be available on the site sometime soon. So that's what it looks like. It shows you in the EEG segment, and the idea is that while you change any of these parameters, it will start playing it as sound, so converting it into sound. But we had some problem with some of the MIDI libraries, JavaScript that meant to convert, generate notes, musical notes in the browser. So probably have to use something else for that, and it will come up on the page sometime soon. First of all, let's quickly fix the webcam. So we had the webcam application, but then we had another one which actually called, that was called, yeah, digital twin, this one. We have a bunch going on here, but essentially we have this avatar and avatar improved. Pretty sure those were the last. Let me check the modified date. Yeah, avatar. Yeah, avatar and avatar improved. Can probably get rid of anything else. Yes, some of them from memory. I just don't want to run it because there's sometimes hogging the camera. So just continue with this one. Move those into trash. Yeah, avatar by and avatar improved. And these two, just need to check which cameras we have. Let's run a terminal. Right, we normally have, yeah, for some reason, four, have these 4 video devices connected, even though we practically physically only have 2 cameras installed. So I don't know what's up with that. Just put this as a comment there. I have 0 and 1. Okay, that one just gets stuck. That's not good. Yeah, it's running for too long. Just close that. Let's try 1. Yeah, essentially every time you reconnect the cameras or something, it's allocating it to. Right, so this one works. We actually had it on the closed this one. This one on the third camera. That does not work. Why? We don't have a fourth one on the list. What's the problem? Have 2, 3. So we have second one working okay. It's the one in front of me. 2, 3. Then we have 0, 1. Right. Yes, that works. That's another camera that we installed. The door. So it works with 0. Like that, and the other then work with 2. Right, so that's working okay. Then we run it in the terminal. The avatar, yeah, avatar is running in the terminal. We have underscore improved. I'm struggling in my CPU in performance mode. Yeah, camera. Something on the camera. Again. Both running possible. Running okay. 0, 2. Okay, out. Keyboard interrupt. If I disconnect the one, I connect again. This one's still working. Let me connect it to another USB port. This be any better? Just need to check my audio. Yeah. So does it would be the microphone. Connect the microphone back. Okay, we're getting some noise. I've had enough experience with USBs, you know, not to change ports, not plug and unplug while you're doing something else. Okay, is it working now or what? Okay, now we have both cameras. Yeah, the hands are pretty good. That face, that's the same thing, just different rendering. I was also trying to put like Sam Altman's face on the avatar, but that didn't work. Okay, I don't have to monitor myself anymore because I know that if I don't touch any of the USB ports, they should stay intact. And this should be media pipe avatar 2 on that screen. And we put in this face as well. Right. So we have those two. That camera is a bit out of whack. Oh, yeah, we'll leave it. Leave it for as is for now. Okay. Okay, so we have this this application. It's not actually running. I have to run it first. Right now it's running. Okay, so it's actually showing something on loading the page, which is good. Because before it wasn't. I have a scroller through the file. Yeah, the scroller is not great, but we will sort it out later. First we want to display, turn it into sound in any possible way. Right, so possibly we are currently using this, what are we using? Web MIDI, and it seemed to work fine, except GPT-4 doesn't have much information about it. I don't think there's many examples or anything. So that's the JS. It was just recently updated, just tempting. You want to use something recent. Channel numbers. How long is this thing? It's pretty long. And I don't think GPT has access to any of it. Can you browse it? Yes, if we are using web MIDI, we need you to be able to manage all this code.
The URL you've provided, https://cdn.js.
It's JavaScript library that seems simplified. Working with Web MIDI API. Is it an API?
JS hosted on the JS Deliver.
Don't think it's an API to use this version. Yep, we have it. It allows you to interact with MIDI devices through your web browser, assuming the browser supports the MIDI API. Okay, it does. Chrome. Browser supports web MIDI API. Yes, that's good. Okay, I don't need the rest. It's also reading out loud now. Stability, security, versioning, how to use the project. We have the musical version thing. You might need to rewrite the whole thing. Like the logic seemed to be correct, but it's actually not generating. It wasn't generating any files. Have to go over this again. See what's what. AJS. Yeah, let's see what it says.
Simplify the code inside the click event to test basic functionality. For example, try playing a single note and then stopping it. JavaScript copy code const output equals web MIDI. Outputs 0. Output play note.
Yeah, this is a good start. So where does it go? Just do testing up the job. Okay, play node didn't work. Hey, where should it go in the code? In the provided script. Okay, this should be in the play MIDI button. Play MIDI. Okay, this is the same output. Already have it. Shift up to remove indentation. There's an error. That should be right. So we're testing if the web MIDI works at all. So already have that code. Output 0. I'm not sure about that output. And that test, if I comment in it, we have a timeout, which is important. That would not work with it. Okay, it's actually working, except I can't hear anything. It must be that port 0 is not the correct port, is it? Applied everything set up correctly, monitor the browser console. Yeah, so this, how to check how many media, web media outputs do I have? Be able to do it in the terminal. No, in JavaScript. I already have that on enabled somewhere. There should just be one. Oh, because not getting the sound. Probably am getting, it's probably being sent to another audio device. So 0 selecting the first one. Can select by name, but we don't know the names. I can log all of the devices. This will go into here, console log. Like that. There's an error. Why? So we need to finish that function. Check it again. This one doesn't return. MIDI through port 0. That's the one being used. But I can't hear anything. I'm getting this, but can't hear the tone. Will tell me the problem is with my hearing somewhere. So the MIDI output device is listed. No C message indicates the MIDI file is being sent. Verify the output device might not be sound generating device. It's a virtual interface. Ensure you have MIDI synthesizer. What? Is using digital audio workstation. It's not muted because I can hear this.
Ensure that your computer's audio output, or the audio output of your MIDI sound module or instrument, is not muted and is turned up. If you have access to another MIDI output device or a software synthesizer, try selecting and using it. For instance, if you're using a DAW, ensure it's properly configured to receive MIDI signals and play them back.
So I thought that would be done in the browser.
Some MIDI devices might not listen on MIDI channel 1, which is being used in your play note call. Try sending MIDI messages on different channels, as the device might be listening on a different channel.
Do I need any like permissions? It's this deprecated feature. Web MIDI will ask a permission to use even if the SysEx is not specified in the MIDI options. But it didn't ask for permission. Control F5. Should have played a C tone for that many seconds. It didn't.
If you have a MIDI keyboard or controller, try using it to play notes on your sound module or software instrument. Ensure you're using a browser that fully supports the Web MIDI API, like Google Chrome or Microsoft. Test the functionality in a different browser as a cross-check.
Can I test it in with another tool? Is there another tool online where I can check the MIDI output? Yep. Let's see what this says.
Yes, there are online tools and resources that can help you check and debug MIDI output. These tools can be particularly useful for verifying if your MIDI devices are properly connected and communicating with your computer. Here are a few options. Web MIDI API tools. There are various online tools that utilize the Web MIDI API to test MIDI devices.
Okay, just give me a specific something. Is this a fake link or it actually works? Is this meant to work? Love this old style user interface. This thing is for downloading. It doesn't work in the browser, does it? Well, yeah, I want something like that that just works. Display incoming and outgoing media messages. It's a scary looking website. Oh, this is some sort of calculator emulator. What? Yeah, but the looks of it, it also looks like there's something for downloading, not using online. In browser. Yeah, let's do good old Google. It says connect. I can't hear anything. MIDI throughput 0. Right, it's not working. Lots of error messages. Failed to load. Violation. Scary. Scary messages. I tried in Edge. No, it still doesn't work. It's Firefox. Getting like almost 900 warnings. Doesn't work. Got media access. It's meant to be gathering inputs. Setting up media listener, gathering inputs, removing media listener. And all these errors. It's not cool. See if same thing works in Firefox. Firefox looks more promising. Clear. 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 Why is it not working? Clear messages in when I say clear. Clear. What MIDI devices work in Firefox? Firefox. Firefox. Yep. Well, it doesn't seem to work, so. Okay. Still working. Send the HTML. That's the actual code. Address update request should trigger. That's your reply. It's a skeleton page. Doing something very wrong. This MIDI thing can generate notes in the browser whilst talking about the keyboard hardware. This one seems to work okay. Note on C 119. Wait, this one should be playing C4. Going in circles. Why Biomedical doesn't execute? Oh, it does execute. I can't hear it. Biomedical gives this in console, but no sound. Yeah, this should be a virtual instrument. So maybe we have those two. What's in 109? It's the same device. I'm using Ubuntu. Does that make any difference?
If you're using Ubuntu and not hearing sound when sending MIDI messages from your web application, even though the messages seem to be sent correctly, as indicated by the console log, you need to ensure that your MIDI setup is correctly configured in a Linux environment. Here are steps tailored for Ubuntu. Ensure you have a software synthesizer installed that can receive MIDI messages and produce sound. Popular options include Fluid Synth, Timidity++, or virtual instruments within a DAW, digital audio workstation, like LMMS or other. Example command to run Fluid Synth with a sound font, Fluid Synth /path/path/soundfont.sfdo. check if your MIDI output is correctly routed to the synthesizer. You can use command line tools like a connect to list and connect MIDI ports.
The only warning I get is this one. It didn't actually ask for permission, so maybe that's the problem. System exclusive messages.
Deprecation notice. Previously, Chrome only prompted users for permission if sysx access was requested. The warning suggests that Chrome will start asking for permission to use MIDI, regardless of whether sysx access is requested or not. This change is to enhance security and user privacy.
Okay.
Review your code. Check if you're using sysx messages. If your application doesn't need them, make sure to explicitly set the sysx flag to false for enabling web MIDI. In Webmidi.js, you can specify this in the enable method.
In the enable method. Sysx false. Control F5. Still get it.
User Consent UI. Be prepared to implement a user consent interface if your application requires MIDI access. This is good practice for user privacy and aligns with web security standards. Review Chrome's feature status page. The warning message suggests checking the feature status page for more details. This can provide insights into when this change will be fully implemented and how it might impact your application. Documentation and community support. Regularly check the documentation for Webmidi.js and the WebMidi API for updates or changes. Also, community forums or discussion groups can be valuable resources for advice and solutions from other developers who might have faced similar issues.
Okay, I'm kind of giving up. Spent too much time on this already. With the console. Just a desperate move. You're playing them in two places. Yeah, I already did it a couple times, but first of all, we have that play going on, happening twice. Maybe that's the issue. We only need it once. If camera's timed out, didn't get released properly.
Given that the Play EEG Music button successfully logs Note on C in the console but does not produce any sound, this suggests that the MIDI messages are being sent correctly, but the sound generation part is not functioning as expected. This scenario typically occurs when the MIDI output is not properly configured or the browser is not routing MIDI messages to sound-producing entity. Here's a step-by-step approach to troubleshoot and fix this issue. Ensure that Web MIDI outputs 0 refers to a MIDI device that can produce sound. This could be a software synthesizer or a physical MIDI instrument connected to your computer. Check if this output device is properly configured to receive MIDI messages and produce sound. First, you'll want to list available MIDI devices to confirm that your system recognizes your MIDI output device. Install ASEQ Dump, a tool for viewing MIDI events, if you haven't already. If you're using a web application that sends MIDI messages, like through WebMIDI API, open Google Chrome or another browser that supports WebMIDI API. Navigate to your web application and test if MIDI messages are successfully sent to your MIDI output device. Client 14, MIDI through. This is a virtual MIDI port that can be used to route MIDI messages between different clients on your system. MIDI through PORT0 is showing connections done from client 128, which could be a software synthesizer or another MIDI application. Since there's no mention of a specific hardware MIDI device or a recognizable software synthesizer, like FluidSynth or Timidity++, it's possible that your actual MIDI output device is not listed. This could be due to several reasons. The device is not recognized by the system. If it's a USB MIDI device, try reconnecting it or using a different USB port. For hardware synthesizers or MIDI interfaces, ensure they're powered on and correctly connected. Yes, you can generate tones and play music directly within a Chrome browser on Ubuntu without any additional hardware or software installations. However, instead of using a WebMIDI API, which primarily sends MIDI messages to external synthesizers or software instruments, you would use the Web Audio API, a powerful browser-based system for audio processing and synthesis. Here's a basic outline of how you can generate tones using the Web Audio API in JavaScript. The audio context is the primary object of the Web Audio API, and it manages and plays all sounds. Oscillators generate tones at specific frequencies, while gain nodes control the volume. Set the type of waveform and frequency for the oscillator. For example, a sine wave at 440 Hz, a 4 note. Connect the oscillator to the gain node and the gain node to the audio context destination, speakers. Start the oscillator to play the sound and stop it after a duration. Here is a complete example that plays a tone for 1 second when a button is clicked.
Okay.